Hello, and welcome to our newest House Pro webinar, How to Make the Most of a Trade Show. My name is Tori, and I'm part of the marketing team here at House. With trade show season quickly approaching, listen on to find out which trade show is right for your business, the prep you need to make the trade show a success, and how to follow up to capitalize on all the productive meetings from the event. We will go through all you need to know before, during, and after a trade show. Whether this is your first event of the kind or you're a seasoned trade show attendee, we have plenty of tips and tricks for everyone. Your first question might be, why attend a trade show in the first place? There are many benefits, including education and trends. Trade shows often have no shortage of educational sessions, whether they be panel, keynote speakers, and seminars. These might be especially interesting for those newer to the industry or those who want to keep on top of key topics in the industry. For example, M&O always has interviews with the designer of the year and a What's New space focusing on a curated selection of forward-thinking trends and products. London Build Expo has an event on environmentalism in the industry, and HOME offers seminars on various reusable materials. Trade shows are also the ideal time to catch up on the latest trends, whether this be by browsing supplier booths or attending events. One of the key aspects of trade shows is trend awareness, so this will definitely be something you'll be fully immersed in while visiting. Meetings. Trade shows can be a key opportunity to meet suppliers, clients, and other industry colleagues in person if they're usually based in a different region or even country than you are. Networking and in-person meetings cannot be underestimated in building connections and creating new contacts. Which leads to the next point, lead generation. If you are looking to expand your business, trade shows offer the opportunity to meet lots of industry professionals in one place, and keeping an eye on the competition. Many suppliers and buyers expect to see others from the industry in these type of events. So whether you want to scout out the competition or establish your presence, it can be important for building your business and reputation to be seen at the larger trade shows. Now, we'll talk through what you need to do ahead of the trade show season. This slide shows the key trade shows in the autumn schedule. We start the season with Maisons Objet in Paris, one of the largest trade shows globally. Intergift is in Madrid, which slightly overlaps with HOME in Milan. Intergift is a decor show, while HOME focuses on interior design and high-end homeware. London Design Festival follows for a week in September. Cersaie in Bologna focuses on ceramics. After a short break, Expo Casa starts in Torino, a trade show focused on interior design. This overlaps slightly with Batimat in Paris with a construction focus. Then we are back to London with Decorex. Construtect in Madrid is a construction-focused event, and Architect at Work in Berlin is for architects. The last two shows in the major trade show schedule this autumn are the London Build Expo for construction professionals, and Paris hosts Espiriti Mueble, a furniture and design event. Hopefully, you'll now have an idea of which trade shows will be relevant to your business and wider industry. Now that you've decided on a trade show, it's time to register. First things first, make sure you've done your homework on the event and know the dates, locations, and other key details. Check your email for info from us. We often send out extra details about events, registration codes, and other helpful information. Register on the event's webpage for your business. Some trade shows have a cost for entry, others just require a registration online for the ticket. Make sure you check your house emails, as we often include extra codes for free tickets. When registering, many trade shows offer the option to book meetings with exhibitors, so have a look on the website, especially if there are large exhibitors you want to make sure you meet with. Have a look on the event webpage for any other events you might like to attend during the trade show. This could include networking session, seminars, trend highlights, and other educational activities. You can also book a free business consultation with one of our House Pro experts at many trade shows, or enjoy a free demo of our software to see the latest features in action. Keep an eye for our emails to book your spot. Trade shows are a commitment to visit, so it's important to make the most of your time there. Make sure to plan for the event using the checklist below. Build your objectives. What do you want to get out of the trade show for your business? Example objectives can include meet with potential new clients and suppliers, meet with current suppliers and clients with a plan of what to discuss, next, network to find new contacts, or browse for inspiration in design, new materials, technology, or techniques. Logistics. Make sure you've booked your transport, accommodation, and take into consideration any other travel costs to and from the venue. At this point, the cost might be seeming to add up, but it is important to consider the gains for your business by attending a trade show. It might be helpful to run a basic ROI table for your costs and expected gains of the trade show. This can also help to plan your objectives, goals, and targets for the trade show to ensure you're being as business savvy as possible. Now that you have planned how to get to the trade show, it's time to plan your time there. Get in touch with key clients and suppliers several weeks ahead of the trade show to book appointments. You'll want to plan which stands you'll visit. You won't want to be in meetings all day, and it's important to see what else is going on at the trade show. It can be helpful to make a list of your top 5 to 10 stands you want to visit, and when the event map is published, make sure to highlight where they are. Lastly, you'll want to market your presence to your network. Let connections know that you'll be attending the trade show via social media and newsletter or other trade communications. Tag the event as well in any of your posts. You never know if your post might be shared and gain you extra visibility from there too. Next up, here are a few things to keep in mind once you're at the trade show. Plan your day out with meetings and appointments. Plan to arrive 30 minutes before your first appointment in order to check in and get comfortable with the venue. Allow time between meetings as you will need to move around the halls and find the next stand where your meeting will take place. Some venues are large and very busy, so it may take some time to get from one booth to another. Don't forget to leave time to browse stalls, have a personal break, and refresh yourself with a snack, lunch, or a coffee. You might also want to book in free time to catch up on your emails and phone calls during the day. We recommend sending an agenda to all contacts 1 to 2 weeks ahead of the trade show. That way, everyone is aware of key topics to cover and they can add in anything they'd like to talk about as well. This will ensure you book in enough time for the meeting and it is less likely to run over. Where do you want to have your meeting? If your contact has a stand, that can be a good place to meet. But otherwise, make sure to plan if you will meet in a cafe nearby or in available workplaces. For a less formal meeting, or with a contact you already know well, consider planning a lunch or dinner together. Not only will you get more done, but this will help foster the relationship. Timing. Make sure to leave plenty of time. If you run over, this can impact your other meetings, and it is important to be courteous of everyone's time. We recommend 30-minute meetings. Book in too much time, and you may find yourself talking about irrelevant topics to fill the time. Any less, you are likely to feel rushed. But you will know best how long you're likely to need to work with clients and suppliers. Networking. You either love it or you hate it. But while you've made the effort to go to a trade show, it's important not to lose out on the opportunity to meet new people. You never know if you may meet a new supplier, forge a new business connection, or even make a friend. Often, the trade shows will organize welcome events and a closing event too. Try to show up within the first hour to make the most of meeting people. Larger businesses often organize mixers too. Keep an eye on your house emails to see if we have one planned for the next trade show. A few tips and tricks when networking. It can be helpful to bring a few business cards. Don't forget the basics such as a firm handshake, plenty of eye contact, and speaking clearly. Listen first, talk second. Have your elevator pitch ready. Make sure you can summarize your role in business in 2 to 3 sentences. Plan a few questions to have in your back pocket. These might include, how long have you been in the industry? What products are you working on right now? How do you like working for your company? And follow up. Make sure to swap contact info after a good conversation and add the person to your follow-up list after the show. If you're in a new city, make sure to spend some time away from the trade show venue as well. You can make a dinner appointment with a client or just spend some time with work colleagues seeing the sights. Or on your own, we won't tell. Some downtime away from the show will give you space to reflect on meetings, plan for upcoming ones, and give your brain some time to refresh after busy days. Trade shows are also a great opportunity to build personal relationships with work colleagues, so planning some time away from the event will allow this to happen naturally. Lastly, a few things to remember after the trade show. Follow-up is one of the most important aspects of a trade show. You had lots of great conversations, planned with clients, and made agreements with suppliers. Now is the time to get it all confirmed. We recommend following up all meetings at a maximum of 2 weeks after the trade show. Include minutes so everyone remembers what was discussed and address action points in a timely manner. This is also the time to reach out to new contacts you made at the trade show. Connect with them on social media and send them an email where applicable. It's often good to find an action point from these casual conversations too, in order to ensure you get the ball rolling on forming the relationship. Lastly, it's time to reflect on how the trade show went. If you went with colleagues, have a discussion together. Otherwise, go through these questions in your own time. And now, a couple top tips from our in-house trade show expert, Naos Martin, International Event Manager. Preparation is key for success. Make a plan and set show objectives before attending a trade show. Make sure you have enough time at the event and no matter what, be open to new and unexpected opportunities. Last tip, always follow up. The house team will be at many of the major trade shows mentioned at the beginning of this webinar. Make sure to stop by and say hello to us. You'll also be able to find out about all the House Pro software and what it can do for your business. But before you get to the trade show, why not start a free trial of House Pro today? That way, you'll be able to get yourself started with our all-in-one business management software and get even more out of your meeting with a House Pro expert at the trade show. Some of our professionals' favorite features include lead tracking and project management, tools to create proposals, estimates, and even 3D floor plans and takeoffs in a flash, and much more. You can start a free trial for a month and get familiar with the platform. Go to the page written on this slide, house.co.uk/housepro/pricing for more information. And that's all for today's session. We can't wait to see you at one of the many trade shows this autumn. I hope you found this webinar useful and now feel ready to hit the ground running for trade show prep. If you have any questions, contact us via support on the House Pro page.